17 wins in a row. 2 UFC championship belts, a path carved through legends, contenders, and knockout artists. From the quiet mountains of Dagestan to the top of 2 UFC divisions, this is not the story of a fighter. This is the rise of a system, a formula, a machine that keeps improving. This is how Islam Makhachev won 17 straight fights and beat every legend who stood in his way. Before the world knew his name, before arenas chanted Islam, Islam, Makhachev existed in the shadows, overshadowed by the presence of Khabib, his brother, mentor, and future Hall of Famer. For most fans, Islam was Khabib's training partner. But inside that small, cold gym in Dagestan, they all whispered the same thing. This one might be even more complete. No trash talk. No showmanship, just technique sharpened like a blade. Islam's UFC debut against Leo Kuntz was his first message to the division: calm, controlled domination. It wasn't flashy, it wasn't wild, but it was textbook and the beginning of what would become a legendary streak. Fight after fight, he sliced through prospects, grapplers, knockout artists, and veterans. They came with different styles, but they all walked out defeated. The lightweight division didn't realize it yet. But the storm had already started. Islam isn't a striker. He isn't a wrestler. He isn't a jiu-jitsu phenom. He's all three, fused into a hybrid that opponents cannot prepare for. His style is modular. Every move has a follow-up. Every position is a trap. He doesn't rush. He doesn't chase knockouts. He breaks opponents down piece by piece with mechanical precision. Then came Gleison Tibau, the man who once gave Khabib one of his most difficult matchups. People expected a long, grinding fight. Instead, division hit the pause button. This wasn't Khabib's guy anymore. This was a threat. A very real, very dangerous threat. As the streak grew, something terrifying became obvious. Islam doesn't just beat people, he shuts down what they're best at. Davi Ramos, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion, neutralized. Drew Dober, the division's heaviest hitter, controlled and submitted. Thiago Moises, submission machine, out-grappled and finished. Islam wasn't just winning, he was breaking specialists in the very specialty they were known for. That's not dominance, that's structural superiority. Next came Dan Hooker, a man who had gone asking, who on earth is going to stop this guy? Charles Oliveira was the boogeyman of the lightweight division. A champion with deadly submissions, dangerous striking, and an aura of chaos around him. Experts predicted, Islam hasn't faced someone like Charles. Oliveira is too explosive. He'll catch Islam with something. Instead, Makhachev became the UFC lightweight champion, and the Dagestani era officially returned. Being champion wasn't enough. Islam wanted the ultimate test. Alexander Volkanovski, the #1 pound-for-pound fighter on the planet. A man who bullied every featherweight, a man with freakish strength, unreal cardio, and a heart made of steel. Their first fight was a chess match. Skill versus skill, will versus will. Islam won. The rematch? That wasn't chess, that was a statement. One perfectly timed head kick, one thunderous fall. One of the greatest champions in UFC history finished. That was Islam's 16th straight win. A finish so decisive, it silenced every doubt. And then, Islam did something legendary. He moved up. A lightweight champion stepping into welterweight territory. His opponent, Jack Della Maddalena, one of the deadliest strikers the UFC had seen in years. Explosive, precise. A knockout artist built for chaos. Many thought, he's too big for Islam. He's too powerful. This is where the streak ends. But Islam Makhachev isn't just a lightweight, he's an adaptive system. He controlled Jack, neutralized him, and finished him, proving he could dominate a bigger, stronger, faster fighter. And with that victory, he became UFC lightweight champion, UFC welterweight champion, a 2-division world champion, and the owner of a 17-fight win streak. This wasn't just another win. This was his greatest one yet. What makes Islam so difficult to beat? 3 things. Number 1, zero ego. He never fights emotionally. He never chases chaos. He never gets reckless. Number 2, every position is a trap. If you defend the takedown, he strikes. If you defend the strike, he clinches. If you clinch, you go down. If you go down, good luck. Number 3, his mind is calm under pressure. Even in wild scrambles, Islam looks relaxed, breathing slow, analyzing every movement. He fights like a computer running perfectly optimized code. Most fighters dream of one belt. Few ever touch gold. Even fewer dominate a single division. Islam now holds two: lightweight, welterweight. Two shark tanks full of killers: Zarukyan, Gaithia, Poirier, Shavkat, Usman, Edwards. The divisions are stacked with monsters, yet Islam walks among them like he's built differently. Because he is. His system doesn't rely on size or power or aggression. It relies on consistency, precision, and complete mastery. With 17 straight wins and 2 championship belts, Islam Makhachev stands in rare company. He is a 2-division UFC champion, the man who beat the pound-for-pound #1, a fighter who finished a rising welterweight star, a technician who has never looked out of control, and a champion who never stops improving. The question now isn't, who can beat Islam Makhachev? It's much scarier. Does such a person even exist? Because this isn't just dominance. This is the rise of a dynasty, a system, an era. And the Islam Makhachev era has only just begun.